Good evening, guys. Now
Yes,
we'll
sir.
start our session.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, in the last session, we completed about the types of arguments. Okay, functions. In functions, we have four types of arguments. So one is non-default arguments. Second one is a default argument. Third one is a keyword arguments, and the fourth one is a arbitrary arguments, or else also called as a variable length arguments. Okay, now. So now I'll open ideally. This previous program will open, guys, or else okay, today new one I will open. Control N, Control S, saving. And choose the location program2.py. Okay, so here let me know, guys, here what is output coming. So for example, here display function I'm using display function I'm using some a equal to 10 and b and star c I'm using and double star d I'm using. Okay, so here I'm going to get I want to display value of a. Value of a is something value of a. Same like that, we can define other types related, and value of now here value of b I want to display, value of c I want to display, value of d I want to display, guys. So here b, c, d. Okay, four types there. Now here display function I'm calling. So what is output? This is I'm calling here multiple parameters there. So here I'm not giving any inputs. What is output here? Now here star C. Yes, guys. Now what is output for this? Come on, give reply. This is the revision. Number of people there in the class. Is this syntax error or type error? And some people giving no error, some people giving type error, some people giving here syntax error. So first here, these all lines of code, guys.
Syntax error.
Okay, now check it here. This is all lines. So whenever this line is executing, then here number of parameters there. So same number of arguments you have to send. If no arguments there, then type error is coming. Okay, na type error that time coming. But before coming to here, so at the time of executing this line only, error is coming here because of this ordering of the arguments. I explained that arguments ordering I explained, guys. So always non-default argument here. This is a non-default. Always this non-default argument required in the left side. After the non-default argument, you can use a default argument, but wrong direction there here. So here only syntax error going to stand. A parameter without a default value follows the parameter with a default. Okay, that is a syntax error. So I uploaded this last session related coding, guys. So there the ordering of the arguments, priority of the arguments. Okay, all I given clearly. You have to prepare well. And next here, now let me know, guys. Here, let me know here. Out of four types of arguments, what are the types of arguments allowed here? What are the types of arguments allowed here? That is a question first you have to understand. So non-default arguments allowed, default arguments also allowed, and arbitrary arguments allowed. These three types allowed at the time of defining the function. And here first non-default related, first always For example, like this non-default related and then default related, like you can use whatever you want. And then arbitrary arguments. So when coming to the arbitrary arguments, so first a single star and next double star related required. Okay, so this is the general order we are following as. And at the time of calling the function, how many types of arguments allowed here? At the time of calling the function, how many types of arguments allowed? What is the answer? Come on, give reply. At the time of the calling function, how many types of arguments allowed? At the time of defining the function, 3 types of arguments allowed. And at the time of calling the function, 2 types allowed. 2 types allowed. So one is the positional argument, second one is keyword arguments. Positional arguments, keyword arguments. So here I am giving like this, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, like this. And the E number equal to 101, E name equal to something Srini. Okay, like I'm writing this. So here, this first value is sending to this first position variable, and the second value here the overriding. Okay, replacing as called simply overriding. And next, these all non-keyword arguments simply called as positional arguments sending to this one, and later these all are sending to this one. Okay, so because of that you are going to get this is the result. Okay, okay, now let me know here, is this working, guys? Is this working? Is this working or not? What is the value of C? Value of C is what? Value of C. Value of C is 25. Huh? No, Chaitanya. Wrong. What empty? What empty? That is you have to understand. Okay. So now check it here. This 10 value sending to this A variable, and next this 25 here updating. Okay, not sending to the 25, guys, not sending to this C. So this second value updating in the second variable. Okay, next these all are the keyword arguments. Keyword arguments sending to this double star variable. And next, what about this C? Okay, so no other arguments there here, no non-keyword arguments there here. So that's why empty object returned. Which type of empty object? Tuple. Empty tuple object returned. Empty tuple object. That point you have to remember. Now here check it. Empty tuple. If keyword arguments also not there, then empty dictionary returns. For example, if it is not there, then empty dictionary returns. If any keyword arguments are there, then name equal to key equal to value format generating. Okay, so remember, guys, this all order also remember it. And identify the output. Okay, next, so today we'll discuss a new topic. So types of variable scopes, or else variable scopes. Types of variable scopes. So this is the new topic. Today we will discuss this about this one. So here, how to creating variable, already we know this. A variable name equal to variable value, like this we can create. Okay, these variables in different locations we can create. Okay, in different locations we can create. Yes, based on that variable scope we can decide. So generally, all variables in a program may not be accessed at all locations in that program, guys. All the variables in a program which we are using, okay, all the variables in a program may not be accessing at all the locations in that program. For example, right now I'm creating here one variable. This variable in some places we can access, in some places we cannot access. Okay, that is nothing but scope, guys. So they are accessible depends on where you have declared. Okay, these variables accessing depends on where we are declaring. Based on that we can accessing, guys. Okay, so generally variables scopes dividing like two scopes majorly: global scope, local scope. Okay, we are considering like that: global scope, local scope, guys. So as per the Python documentation, we can consider like a four scopes, guys. As per the documentation, we can consider like a four scopes. Okay, I'll let you know about those all things. LEGB, LEGB rule, remember. Okay, slowly you will understand. Right now, remember this one, LEGB. What is L, what is E, what is G, what is B? You will understand slowly. Okay, no? Okay. Now here in Python, we have several types of variable scopes, guys. In Python, we have several types of variable scopes. So, for example, one is local scope, guys. One is a local scope. Okay, local scope variables there. And the second one is global scope. Global scope. Okay, there. And the third one is parameterized variable. So local variables, global variables, like that, they're parameterized variables there. Parameterized variable scope is also considering like a local scope. That's why people are not considering parameterized variables. Okay, simply local scope, global scope considering. And next enclosing scope, guys. Enclosing scope. Enclosing scope. And next built-in scope, guys. Built-in scope. Okay, built-in scope. So now we'll discuss these all things. So here major important things: local scope and global scope related. Okay, so one by one we'll discuss, guys. So working with local scope variable. Okay, working with local scope variables. Okay, so which variables we are considering like a local scope variables means the variables which are defined inside the function. The variables which are created inside the function are considering like a local scope variables. Okay, general variables like this we can create, guys. This variable inside the function body, if we are creating, then consider like a local scope variable. Local scope variables where we can access means only within that function we can access. Within the function we can access local scope variables. Outside the function we cannot access the variables, local variables. Outside the function scope, local variables not existed. Not existed means name error kind of thing, you will get it, exception. Okay, first I'll create one program here, def display program. Def display program I'm creating here. So inside that, inside this, okay, now here, inside this, I want to create one variable, guys. So for example, a equal to 10 assumption, guys. A equal to 10. Okay, so inside the function I created, this is considering like a local scope variable. And now here I want to print this one. Guys. So value of a is okay, like this we can write. So this is where you are printing inside the function. Simply inside function value of a is what. Okay, you can see, guys, this one. Now I want to call this function display function. I want to call. Okay, no? So all are commented above. Okay, now here display function. So whenever calling this one, this function executing, inside that this variable is there, and that is we are going to printing. So now here the inside the function value of a is 10. You're getting. Okay, good. This one is good. Okay, every point I'll comment, guys. Next, another one. After the function calling, simply this statement outside the function again I want to call. So here outside function value of a. Okay, so now here outside the function, this a variable scope is not existing, not existing. So local variables only inside the function we are able to accessing, outside the function we are unable to accessing. That's why it is going to return name error. Name a is not defined. Name error, name a is not defined, like that, throwing. Okay, so here only I'm giving guys this error. And next, identify the output or result. Okay, now here check it, this scope guys. So this is a function guys, this is a function. Okay, so now here this is the Python memory location. This is the Python memory location. So because of this one memory is creating, so this memory is referencing with display name. Okay, function name guys. Inside this function, so now this statement is there, variable assignment. Because of that, one memory is creating. In that memory, what value storing? 10 is storing, and now this is referenced by this variable a. Okay, so like this generating as memory allocations. Okay, after this one, now this statement executing. Okay, so now here this is a local variable. Local variable means in this display function scope only, this is the display function related scope area. In this area only you can use this a variable. Okay, that's why here, so because of this one, this value is going to get it as output. Okay, so here only print statement is there, just assumption, just like I'm writing a print a without anything message, print a. This is nothing but like print a assumption. So because of this, so this a variable memory reference is available or not inside this display function scope. Checking if available, here is available guys. If available, its value is accessing. That's why we are going to get 10 value. Understanding? So next this one executing guys. Next this one executing. Okay, it is outside this function scope. Okay, here trying to executing this here. So now this is a, check it guys. So this is a function scope, display function scope. Inside this function, whenever you are printing this value, you are able to accessing. Okay, na? And next, this is total Python related memory scope guys. This is a Python memory scope. Okay, simply this program scope. Okay, function program 2.py, this related scope, this one. Okay, this is the scope of this one, assumption, function program, like something there guys. So in this memory here, okay, is there a reference related value or not checking? Okay, not inside this checking guys, not checking inside this display function. So in this outside scope, is there any a reference related or not, like checking, not available. That's why we are getting this error, name a is not defined. All of you clear this one? Local function concept, local variable concept. Hope everyone understanding. Next, working with global variable related, we will discuss this. Working with global scope variables. Okay, so now here global variables, global scope variables means the variables which are defined outside the function are called as global variables. The variables which are created outside the function are considered like a global variable. Global variable scope is entire program. Okay, within that program anywhere we can use. It means inside the function we can use, outside the function we can use guys. For example, this one I'm going to create outside the function. Okay, outside the function is considering like a global scope variable. This global scope variable from here onwards, within this program, anywhere we can access. Inside the function or outside the function, we can access. So now here, inside the function, I'm trying to executing, and next, here, outside the function also, I'm trying to executing. Okay, so here, what is output we are getting, and here 10 we are getting inside the function, and next here also 10 we are going to get it. Okay, really same coming or not, check it. Inside the function 10, outside the function also 10 you are going to get it. Okay, now so here what happened means, so this is a programming memory, guys. So here one memory is creating, so in that 10 value is there, in this 10 value is there, and this is a referencing by this a variable, and next function created, guys. Here function created, this is a function scope, and now this function is display, function name is display. Okay, so now inside this one print statement only there, inside that one print statement there, assumption. So because of this statement, so inside this display function here, any a reference related variable is there or not checking, a reference related memory is there or not checking. So not available. If not available, then in global scope checking also. First checking in the local scope. Here if not available, then checking in the global scope. Okay, here is available. So if it is available, this value accessing and printing. Okay, here 10 value getting. And next, outside the function, again one more print is there. So because of this, guys, directly this value is accessing. Okay, so within this outside memory, in this memory a reference there, so this value accessing and printing here. Are you clear? So both 10 and 10 you are going to get. So now here 10 you are getting, outside name error you are getting. Next, okay, one more program. Working with both local and global scope variables. Both combination, guys, local and global scope variables related. Now here the a equal to 10 I given, and the next a equal to 20 I given here. Okay, this is a local scope. Okay, so outside this function, this one I created called as global scope variable, and inside the function I created this one called as a local scope variable. Both are same variable only there. Okay, same reference only there. So now here inside the function what is output, outside the function what is output, that is you have to understand that. So first, because of this print statement, guys, so inside the function a reference there are not checking, yes available, this is accessing right now. Okay, so if not available here, then moving to the outside global value accessing. So now here local only available, that's why this is the printing here. And next, because of this statement, directly this global value accessing. So inside the function here 20 value we are getting, outside the function 10 value we are getting as output, 20 and 10. Is that clear? Same variable reference if available, outside the function, inside the function. So inside the function if we are calling, this local value only getting, outside the function if we are calling, this global value we are getting. And next, this one I'm commenting, then inside the function 10 only you are getting, outside the function also 10 only you are getting. Okay, so like that. Hope you are understanding about these all variables. Am I right? Yes. So don't get confusing, guys. Simple coding. Okay. So when you are attending interview, sometimes asking what is the local variable, can you explain about that? Local variable scope. What is global variable scope? Can you explain about that? So you have to explain with one program, guys. Okay, then include person satisfied. And next, when working with both local and global variables, okay, with the same reference. So inside the function, whenever we are calling local value getting, outside the function, whenever we are calling that variable global value, we are getting. This point you have to remember it, right? Okay. So next, now here, how to convert local scope variable or else simply local variable. How to convert local variable scope into global scope variables. Okay, this is one concept, guys. Sometimes asking in interviews, how to converting the local variable scope as a global variable, scope. Okay, so okay, we will discuss about this one. As a global variable scope. So for this answer, guys, by using the global keyword, in Python we have a keyword called global keyword. Global, one keyword is there. By using that global keyword, we can convert local scope variable as a global scope variable. Okay, now? So that is answer, guys. Now we'll see here. This is a local global variable, and this one is local variable. Okay, here inside the function 20 you are getting, outside the function 10 you are getting. So now here inside the function, this local variable scope I want to convert as a global scope. How we are converting means using the global keyword. Here global A, like that variable you can define, guys. Global A, global, I mean it means this variable as a global variable. Consider, like you are giving information to the Python. Consider this A variable as a global variable. That information you are passing by using this global keyword. Okay, here directly value we are not assigning, just variable we are defining, and later A equal to 20 we are writing. So now here, this is the local value only. Again, this local value is updating in the global variable scope in this location. In the global scope, okay, wherever that A reference memory is there, they are updating. Okay, 20 is updating in the global scope. So now here in local 20 is there, in global also 20 is there. So inside the function, what is the output? 20 we are getting. Outside the function, what we are getting can observe here right now. 20 only getting. Okay, na? So that is the concept here. So sometimes inside the function, these variables randomly updating, guys. Randomly updating. I mean, because of the logic, each time this local values, local variable value is updating. So this value parallelly we are going to updating in the global location, and finally after completing all iterations, then this global variable related value we are going to print whenever we require. Okay, so this point remember, by using global keyword we can convert local variable scope as a global variable scope. This is a program for that. So for clear everyone, separate programs I'm giving. Okay, related to this, some programs also we can do it, guys. If you want, see, if you want, okay, one assignment I'll give you. Find the sum of given sequence. Find the sum of given sequence numbers and return. Okay, so I'm using one list numbers or else number list. Simply one list object I'm using like a number list. So whatever you want you can use it. 30, 20, 10, 40. Okay, this all sum 50 we are getting, guys. These all numbers from 50 we are getting. For example, here print sum function, global function is there. Sum of this number list object as a input. If you are giving to this sum function, then sum of these given sequence numbers you are going to get it. 100 you are getting. Without using this sum function, if they are asking your own logic, you have to write it. Okay, you have to write it. So now here sum or else total sum, guys, or else simply total sum equal to 0, initial value. Sorry. Okay, total sum equal to initial value 0 I'm assigning to here. And next one for loop I'll write, guys, for I in number list. So this is what for loop. From this number list, each value getting first which value is coming. This 10 values 30 values coming into this I. Okay, next that 30 value I want to add to this total sum variable. So this one total sum plus I value. Okay, so now here total sum value is what? 10 0 initially 0, guys. So total sum value 0 initially plus I value is what here? 30. So 10 plus 30, final result is what? 30. This 30 again I want update again I want update to here, update to here. Okay, again I'm assigning to here total sum. Okay, so now here the finally after completing this one, 30 values coming, 30 is assigned to here. So here is assigning means that value is updating here, that value is updating here. This is not function, this is just like a for loop. If it is a function, local scope variable, global scope variable concept working. Okay, this is not a function, guys. So directly this local value here inside the function, whatever value is updating here, that value is changing here right now here. So after completing one iteration here, 30 value is there. Next one more iteration. So next value what is coming? 20. So now here total sum value what is there already? 30 is there, guys. In this second iteration, 30 value is there, total sum value. I value 20 is there. So 30 plus 20, 50. 50 is again assigned to here. So it means in the second iteration 50 is updating here. Okay, total sum equal to 50 is there. Okay, na? So next iteration, guys, in the next iteration 50 plus 10, 50 plus 10, 60. The 60 value is updating here. 60 value is updating here. Okay, na? And next in the next iteration 60 plus I value is what? 40. 60 plus 40 is assigned to this variable 100. So that is nothing but 100. This 100 value outside the function, outside the outside the loop, outside the loop, this total sum variable 10 print. Yeah. Okay, so now you're going to get it 100 you are getting, guys. So this variable related you are getting here. Are clear? So the same logic inside the function if we are creating, so then local variable, global variable concept we have to use it. Now here copy these all lines. So this is normal logic, guys. Normal variable creation, for loop creation I used. And next I want to do the same coding. I want to do the same coding using the functions concept. Using the functions concept. Okay, so write a program to find out or else to count the sum of write a program to find the sum of given sequence numbers. Given sequence numbers. Okay, write a program, not program, write a function, guys. Write a function. Write a function. If anyone asking like this, write a function. Then you have to create a function, guys. You have to create a function. Function how to creating like this. I want to find the sum. Simply find the sum of one object, guys. Any one object. Okay. So now I want to use here list numbers. List numbers. List numbers as an input I want to give. Okay, later I'll write the logic. So I want to call this find the sum function. Find the sum function I want to call. Okay, no? Find the sum function. So now here to this find the sum function, I want to give this input. This input I want to give. Okay, so first of all here my sequence is there, guys. Number list sequence is there. This number list as an input I am giving to this find the sum function. Okay, so now this number list sending to here. Simply here I am using different variable name list numbers, list of numbers like that. Simply here list of numbers. So here list of numbers there is. So each number we can access using the for loop. So for I in list of numbers. So each value is getting into I. Each value is getting into I. Okay. So here I am going to use one variable total sum equal to 0. Total sum equal to 0. See here this one I'm using here right now. Okay, total sum. And this for loop I created here. Each value is getting into I. So now this logic I want to add it. Okay, no? So here this one. So total sum value here 0 is there. 0 plus first value here 30 coming. 30 is assigned to here. Okay, next value getting into this I 20. So again this 20 is adding to this total sum. Like that, this loop is repeated, guys. After completing all the iterations, so here total sum value we are getting. Okay, this total sum value I want to return to this function calling. So how we are returning using the return keyword? We can return, guys. Using the return keyword, we can return this sum value. Okay, return total sum. This sum value I'm returning to this location. Okay, so now this is we have to print, guys, or else you can assign to one variable. Okay, and then this variable you can print, or else directly using the print function you can call this one. Okay, that is all your wish. Already explained this all syntaxes. So here print I'm using like this print. Okay, so now finally to this location the 100 value is getting. Now I'm going to execute, check it here. So invalid syntax. What I did here. So inside the function, is there any problem? Okay, here spelling mistake there, guys.
Return spelling.
Return is a keyword. Now check it here. Unbounded local error cannot access the local variable total sum because of this one, guys. Because of this line inside the function we created. So cannot access the local variable total sum where it is not associated with a value, like something error coming as unbounded local error like that. Okay, so here this one outside the function there, guys. So here when you are using like this inside this function, so when you are using like this, so you are unable to access this total sum variable. So if you want to access that one, so you can define like this global total sum, global total sum. Okay, like this. So now if you are executing, you will get it. 100 you are getting. So bottom program also you can remove. Now check it here. To execute 100 you are getting. Understanding? So here this is considering like a local variable, guys. This local variable we are unable to use. We are unable to send to the outside. Okay, na? So when you are writing like this, unbounded local error you are getting. Unbounded local error you are going to get if you are not defining this total sum variable as a global variable. Okay, if we are not defining this one, what happening means directly you are trying to use this variable name. This is outside defining. Okay, na? So this variable every time here we are trying to updating. So this one, if you want to overcome this problem, you have to define this variable as a global variable, or else you can create local variable directly. This variable inside the function you can create inside the function directly. You can print this one without returning. Okay, so remember, guys, this one. when you are learning the Django framework after completing the Python, when you are learning the Django framework for developing the web applications, so a lot of times this global variable keyword we are using. So we are sending SQL query to the database. So we are getting the records based on the requirement. For example, one employee ID, two related record I want to access. If that record available, I will assign to one variable, okay, employee object. And I will use that object. If not available, exception I want to display. Employee does not exist. The requested employee does not exist like that. So in that situation, sometimes this kind of unbounded local error kind of things you're going to get. So to overcome that, local global keyword we are going to use it. All of you clear this one? If you want, you can use the same names. If you want, you can use same names, guys. So this one and this one, but the same names if we are using. So where it is working, what is this one, what is this one? So getting confusion. So that's why different terms, different names we are using. So this one is nothing but this one. This entire value we are sending to here. Okay. So now this one we are going to use here. Like that we can use it. Okay, now? Yes, yes. Remember this one. And next, nested functions, guys. This is important, very, very important. So nested functions concept, also called as enclosed functions, or closure functions, also called as closure functions. Okay. So nested functions means if a function available inside the another function is called as nested function. A condition if available inside the another condition is called nested condition. A loop inside another loop is called as a nested loop. Okay, same like a function if defining inside the another function is called as nested functions. Okay, so here right now check it, guys. So this is one function. This function contains another function inside it. Then this is called as outer function. Okay, and this function is called as inner function. The function which is available inside the another function is called as inner function. The function which is contains another function inside it is called as outer function. Okay, now simple. Remember, guys, definitions: outer condition, inner condition, outer loop, inner loop, outer function, inner function, like that. Okay, so now here def outer function, simply for understanding purpose, like I'm using. Okay, outer function. And next here, whatever the logics you want, you can create, guys, here. Okay, simply whatever the logics you want, you can create. Okay, later I'll remove that one. And the next inner function, and this inner function related logics, whatever you want, you can create here. Okay, now? And next, this inner function related, you have to return, guys. You have to return. Okay, so return something result, something assumption, just like something result you are returning. So when this inner function is calling, whenever the when this inner function is executing, when executing means whenever we are calling, like this. Okay, this is a inner function calling statement. Because of that, coming to here, inside this, what are the lines are there? These all lines executing. Finally, using return keyword, this result return to this location. Okay, now? And next, coming to the outer function, guys. So here, outer function I want to call here, outer function. So outer function like this we are calling. Outer function like this we are going to call it. Okay, all of you clear, guys, here? So whenever we are calling, this entire outer function is going to executing. This is the syntax, inner function, outer function related. So now here all global variables, local variables related concepts we will use. See here, a equal to 0 is there. Initially a equal to 0 is there, guys. And now here in this place a equal to 1 is there. and next in local a equal to 2 is there. Okay, a equal to 2 is there, and next so just I want to print, guys, print print value of a. Now here inside inner function value of a is what? Okay, that is you have to print, and how it is executing means, so because of this statement this inner function related logic is executing, and after completing this and now here inside outer function, okay, inside the outer function, so this statement is belongs to outer function. See guys, these all statements are belong to these all statements are belong to outer function, only these statements are belong to inner function. Okay now, so remember scope, inner function scope is what, outer function scope is what, and when outer function executing means like this, when calling like this outer function going to executing, and next here outside inside the outer function, guys, inside this outer function only I'm calling this one, and now here outside the outer function value of a is what. Okay, so carefully observe here, this is if you are understanding, then remaining programs more easily you will understand. Now let me know here what is the value here, what is value here, what is value here. Come on guys, give reply. So first check it here, syntactically every line correctly there or not, like that, checking this all line. So first execution statement is this one. This is the first execution statement. Because of that cursor is coming to here. Okay, going inside a equal to 1. Okay, no problem. Now this is all definition related. Again next execution statement is this one. Next execution statement. So because of this moving to here, guys, moving to here. Okay, so now here a equal to is there, and next execution statement is this one. Next execution statement. Now here value of a is what? Value of a is 2, guys. Okay, value of a is 2. Why means inside the inner function created this one. So inside the inner function only I'm calling a. So in local, okay, this is the local variable. Inside the function if you available this variable, that is only printing. Local variable is printing. Okay, so after completing that, next cursor is coming to here, guys, and next execution statement is this one. Next execution statement. So now inside outer function value of a is what? So here this one is completed right now. This scope is completed. This scope is completed. So for this, okay, we have to print here, guys, a. Okay, here also a we have to print. I missed that printing statement. Wait. So now here a related taking this one, guys, this one. Okay, so why means this is the outer scope related. So this value we are able to print here. Okay now. Okay, so next this a equal to 1 related within this function we can use inside the outer function, but here we are unable to use it. So in this location this global value we can use global value. Okay, so here we can print a, guys, I missed that, and now here a, and here also a, and execute it. See here, so inside inner function value of a is 2, in outer function value of a is 1, in outside outer function value of a is 0. Now here you're getting 2, and here you're getting 1, and here you're getting 0. All of you clear this one? When working with inner function, outer function, you have to understand clearly. 2, 1, 0 you're getting. So here only lot of variations I'm going to show you, guys. Some people only explaining like this one program, and some people not explaining this inner function, outer function also. Just local variables, global variables explaining. and the combination of both one program explaining and the scope of the variables completing like that they are saying. Okay, but when you are attending the interviews, so like this, when they are giving the inner function, outer function related, so what is output understanding is a lot of difficulty there for some people. Okay, okay, if they are giving like this, so almost the maximum all the people can understanding. Okay, I'll do some changes. Okay, same program again. I copy pasted small changes. I'll do it. I'll do it here. So now here, this one I'm commenting as now here what is the value of A? Value of A is what? Inside the inner function, value of A is what? This is I commented this one. Error is coming or 1 coming or 0 coming. That is you have to understand. Okay, na? Now check it. So here the actual concept LEGB rule is coming as LEGB. So here L means local scope, E means enclosed scope, G means global scope, B means built-in scope, guys. Built-in scope. Okay, I'll let you know. Enclosed scope is also called as non-local scope. Enclosed scope is also called as non-local scope. I'll let you know about that one. Just wait. Multiple programs we are going to do here. So now check it here. So inside this function, trying to print A. So A is there or not here inside checking. Not there right now. This is commented. So if it is not available, then in this global scope searching guys. Okay. So inside this, if not available, then next going to here. So now here one is there. That one is printing. Here also, if not available, then moving to here. Okay. So this is called as a local scope, guys. This one is called as a local scope, and this one is considering like an enclosed scope. Okay, enclosed scope. For this function, this one is a local variable. This one is a local variable. But for this function, this is a local variable. This is considering like enclosed scope, enclosing scope. Okay, now remember that. So this is called enclosing scope. In local scope, if not available variable, then checking in enclosing scope. Here also, if not available, then checking in global scope. LEG. Okay, local scope, enclosing scope, global scope. Here also, if not available, built-in scope is there. That is called built-in. B means built-in scope. Built-in scope means, so in Python software locations, some predefined constants variables there. Okay, whatever the name we are trying to printing, if that name maybe, I mean that name, if not available inside our function location, maybe it is available or not in the Python software location like checking. So there, if you available printing, if they're also not available, then it is throwing the error, name error throwing, name error. That name is not defined like that throwing. Are you clear? So now here right now local value not there, then enclosing value we are going to get it. So 110 we are getting. 110 we are getting. Okay, now? So you have to do practice these all things more and more, guys. Keep do changes and will understand. 110 right now you're getting, and next. Okay, one more program. So here this one is there. This one is there. So here I'm commenting. Now what is output? So here what is output? In the local 2 only we are getting. And now here what is output? Inside outer function, what is the value of A? Is it 1 or 0 or any error? Okay. So here in this local not available, then checking global is there or not. So if available, that is printing 0, and again here 0. So 2 0 0 we are expecting same coming or not, check it. 200. Okay, now? Okay, this one, fine. Next, here also I'm commenting. Then, so here the value of A is 2, and next here value of A is what? Come on, give reply. Which error? So name error. Some people giving 2. So only here 2 is printing. In this place 2 is printing. When coming to here, so about this variable, checking inside the outer function. Okay. So here not available. Then checking in the global scope. Here also not available. Then checking in the built-in scope. There also not available. So in all places if not available, then it is going to return name error. Name A is not defined. Name A is not defined. Where we are getting? So in this location, in the outer function location. Now here. So in this you are going to get this error, name error. Okay, now identify the outputs, guys. That is all. So this 2 you are not going to get. This 2 you are going to get only inside this inner function only. So in this location, checking here is there or not. If not there, here they are not checking. Here also if not there, in built-in scope they are not checking. There also if not there, then returns name error. So this is the concept of LEGB. First checking in local scope, next checking in enclosed scope, next checking in global scope, next checking in the built-in scope. In all cases not available our required variable, then it returns name error. That is a concept. Built-in scope means in Python software some ready-made names coming as maybe some function names or some variable names along with the software if coming, those things also we can use. Okay, for example, I'm trying to use one sum function. Sum function is a global function. Directly we can use without importing and all. Okay, like that. And next now let me know, guys. Now let me know what is the output here. So this variable as a global variable I defined. So now inside this function is what, and inside outer function value of A is what, and here value of A is what. 212. Most of the people give an answer 212. Okay, so now execute 212. So here first local variable is there. This is always printing. Next when coming to here, so because of the global keyword, this value is updating here. So this value is not updating. Sorry, global keyword I used. Global keyword I'm using means, so this value is updating in this global location. Okay, this value is as it is there, guys. Some people considering like this value is updating here like that. Okay, not like that. So this global keyword is updating this value in this global location. So right now here the 2 value is there. This is updating with 2. So right now here inside this function, 2 you're going to get, and here what is there? 1 is there. So this 1 value we are getting here, and next in this location global value 2 is there. So that's why you're going to get like 2 1 2 2 1 2. Okay, now. So remember guys that one. Okay, here the multiple changes required. Okay, separate programs I'm doing instead of changing in same program. Okay, next here I'm not using this one, and now here globally I'm using. So now what is output here? Here 2 always you're getting. So here what is, and here what is? Be ready in the chat box guys. 2 1 1 we are expecting. So now check it. 2 1 1. So this local value is updating in this location. So that's why 2 1 1 we are getting. Okay. Yes, these all things all the people understanding very well. Very good. So now next one more small new topic. So far global keyword related we discussed this. We also having non-local keyword in Python. Okay, also having non-local keyword in Python. So now we'll discuss about that. Working with non-local keyword. Working with non-local keyword. Okay, here non-local A like I'm using. Okay, forget about this. So now check it guys. Non-local is a keyword. Non-local is a keyword. So this value is local to this inner function, and using this non-local keyword, okay, using this non-local keyword, this value is going to update here in outside the function guys. Here is going to updating. Okay, so here if I'm using global keyword, this value is updating directly in this location. Already one program we did for that. See here, this one. So using the global keyword, this inner function related variable is updating in a global location. But using non-local keyword, this inner function variable value is updating inside the outer function. That is the concept of this non-local. So right now this 2 value is updating here. So here 2 is printing, and here the 2 is printing, and here the 0 is printing. Okay. So 2 1 1 we are giving. No. Now coming to here. So execute. So 2 2 0 guys. See here this is a 2, and here updating with the 2. So this value you are going to get with the 2, and right now here you are going to get 0. Are you clear about this non-local keyword? So non-local keyword always inside the inner function we can use. Inner function related local value is updating in inside the outer function. Okay, here the global keyword, if you are using this inner function related value directly updating in the global variable location. So if you want to update here global keyword you have to use. If you want to update here the non-local keyword you have to use. Okay, so that is the concept here. Lot of rules there guys. Now this non-local keyword I'm trying to use inside this. Inside this I'm trying to use. Now I'm trying to executing. Simply you can see here. Syntax error you are getting. No binding for non-local A found. No binding for non-local A. Simply blindly remember non-local keyword always can use inside the inner function. Inner function related variables you can make it available to outer function. Actually this is a local variable to this one. This is a non-local variable. This is a non-local variable to this outer function. This is a local variable to this inner function, and this is a non-local variable to this outer function. Okay, so that's why using non-local keyword inner function variable, you can update inside the outer function. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes.
So when we are using here inside the outer function non-local keyword, immediately blindly identify the answer, syntax error coming. The people who are remembering these rules, so they can identify the answers properly. Sometimes time giving us multiple choice questions giving 30 minutes, 30 questions like giving. So that time, if you want to save the time, you have to follow these all rules and regulations. So non-local keyword always inside the inner function we have to use. That is one rule. If you are seeing this non-local keyword inside the outer function, immediately you can select the syntax error. Okay, na? So using the non-local keyword, inner function related variable, we can make it available to outer function. So in this outer function, actually one we are using, but here, because of this non-local keyword, this local value inside the inner function there, this local value is updating in this outer function. Means this value is available to this outer function location. And now this value we can print here. Okay, that is a non-local keyword behavior. Now here, non-local keyword we can use inside the inner function. Global keyword also we can use inside the inner function. Inside the outer function, only global keyword we can use. This value can updating here. But inside the outer function, non-local keyword if I'm using, syntax error is coming. So all the programs are given guys here clearly. So you have to identify it, this working behavior. By following these all programs, you have to identify it. Multiple programs are given. Okay, so this is enough about the scope of the variables. Multiple programs are given here to practice these all things. Okay, na? So what is the scope of, what is the ordering of variable scope? If anyone asking, LEGV scope. Local scope, enclosing scope, global scope, built-in scope. So this is the local scope, this is the enclosing scope, this is the built-in global scope, and in Python software location, they are not also checking, that is a built-in scope. Okay. In all locations, if not available, then returns name error. Now next, working with lambda, working with the lambda functions, guys. This new topic, working with the lambda functions. Okay, I'll stop this session here, and tomorrow I'll continue this lambda function. Don't miss it, guys. Very, very important for interviews, lambda functions. So in this location only, I mean, in the tomorrow concept only, so some global functions there, the very, very helpful functions. Filter function is there, and map function is there, and reduce function is there. Okay, for interview purpose, these three are important. In Java, in .NET, in Python, in all languages, these functions are there. So in Python, how we are using, what is the syntax, we will discuss. Okay, so working with the lambda functions and about these three functions, we'll discuss in the next session. Don't miss it. Thank you. Thank you for this session. See you tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
And guys, one point remember. So any of your friends want to learning Python full stack development, morning 7:30, a new Python session, full stack batch, Python with the Django framework along with the REST API, along with the UI technologies, okay, and some real-time tools like GitHub, virtual environments creating and all, lot of things there, guys. So all together discussing in Python full stack development, morning at 7:30 a.m. started. Today only started. So any of your friends interesting, please inform to them. Okay, thank you.